All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Hyde Street issue number 4 from Image Ghost Machine, and we're going to dive right in. Art by Ivan Rice, and there is a page here that really blows me away. I mean, I always liked his art, but it seems that he's getting better and better, way more detailed. Anatomy, great anatomy. Jeff Johns, Danny Mickey, Brad Anderson, Rob Lee, great stuff. The Matinee Monster. So. Remember when Frankenstein has a brother? No? Well, me neither. Well, this is a script, and this is this guy's agent called Oscar, and he's presenting, the script to him, right? He says, didn't the monster burn to a crisp in the last picture? Well, yeah, sure he did, but, this is basically with Abbott and Costello. Abbott and Costello was a fun duo, by the way, made comedy movies. And they also make, I believe, Abbott and Costello and the Frankenstein monster, but I could remember it so long ago. Anyway, so Frankenstein has a mother, says this guy called Oscar. Since when? Since decided to sell more tickets. All right, we have some classic. We have Dracula here. We have the Visible Man, Phantom of the Opera. Pretty cool. But, Oscar is not really happy. I said, did you read the script? He says the agent. Well, the agent says, no, I skimmed it. All the monster does is growl and stomp whilst he's chasing Bud and Lou. It's got to be a real hood. So, but he says, hey, can I maybe audition for the Invisible Man, because I could sink my teeth into being a mad scientist. But then the agent says, well, Vincent Price was a great horror actor. He says he got it. Oh yeah, Prince is really good. Maybe Phantom of the Opera, right? He's a real tragic figure, falls in love and dies. Nope, it's been taken as well. Can I play the Wolfman? He says nope. Why did they go for Boris Karloff and Glenn Strange? Boris Karloff was the, in my opinion, still the best Frankenstein's monster. Well. Agent says, Karloff and Strange passed. It was worry of being typecast. Why shouldn't I worry about it? Because being typecast means you've got to have a job first. Well, that's true. I mean, if you look at certain Hollywood actors, let's say Jason Statham, he's being typecast as the same guy over and over again. Probably, I'm not sure if he does mind. He makes money, right? And he's doing good what he's doing, right? What's the time? That I forgot his name, Vin Diesel, but I think he's just lazy, in my opinion. I don't like Vin Diesel. He was good in the what was the movie when he was as blind and the science fiction movie. I think it was fun. I forgot his name, the series, but it was a fun. But other hand, then doing 12 Fast and the Furious. He's getting fatter as well. I don't know, man. He looks the same. He talks the same. But, that's what people want. So, okay, so Oscar is complaining that he doesn't really want to have the job because, he thinks he's a legit actor. He's got the chops. He said, you need the money, says the agent. This isn't about money. It's about art. Art won't keep you from sleeping on the park bench. So, so he reads the script, and the script says, chick, and... and something like that. Read. Anyway, so he agrees, right? So he's sitting in a chair and he cannot move, and you can really feel that he doesn't, want to do it. But then a voice says, "You look unhappy, Mr. Oddman." I believe this is the director. It says, "Mr. Barton, no, I'm fine. Sitting in a chair makes me a little bit uncomfortable." Well, I can see that you're unhappy. It's in your eyes. So, and then he says that he's seen his previous work before, but Oscar says, well, the theater was empty, this display. Yeah, I watched it from the back, and I thought you were quite good. You did, really? So basically, the director is praising his work, right? Gives him a lot of compliments, and he said, you don't need to speak, you only need to feel, and then the audience will feel with you. What if they don't feel it? With your talent, Mr. Oddman, I have no doubt they will. I will look forward to directing you. In this moment, Mr. Altman felt something he had never felt before. You could see it in his eyes. He felt validation. All right, but then something unfortunate happens because after 6 days, the production director's wife felt ill and the studio delayed the picture. In the lull, the Altman's patience began to fray. Whispers circulated of the studio's dissatisfaction with his performance in the rushes. The actors' insecurities often conjured the most dreadful outcome, and this was no different. So Mr. Altman went to his only person he felt he could trust in Hollywood, his agent. So he's barging in, right? Because he wants to speak with his manager. But then his agent is a little bit caught off guard. Says, this is Gregory Mitchell, Broadway pedigree. He's also tall, right? He says, we're just hashing out some exciting opportunities. What opportunities are you talking about? Mr. Altman half listened as his agent seems to fumble through an explanation. And then the studios is, restarted production, and then Oscar is rehearsing in the Frankenstein's lair. And then Mitchell just comes in. Are you here to replace me? What? Replace me? What the hell are you talking about? I heard things. I know they aren't happy. Hey, let go. Tell me what's going on. So he's threatening him, and this guy doesn't know what's going on, and he says, this is my part. This is mine. Look into my eyes. You see, I'm the monster. Now, this looks fantastic. And not only that, I have to give compliments to the colorist, too, with the different shades of gray and shading and hatching lines. There's a lot of it. Look, man. A lot of hatching. I love it. Great expression. But then something happens here because of, he uses his, strings to push against the wall. And then this is happening. Mr. Mitchell was tougher man than most of his size and strength. A man who survived polio at the age of 7, a horse kick at the 12, and near fatal crash at 26. Only to fall victim to the solar spot at the age of 31, with skull splitting open with a sickening crunch. Writing is spot on. So Altman just stands there, right? Fear is powerful. It says here. He ran off the set, then pretended to find Mr. Mitchell's body after the accident had taken his life. It was the greatest role for Mr. Altman had ever played, that of an innocent man. Mr. Mitchell was sent back home to New York for burial. The picture was cancelled. Out of a job, Mr. Altman ended up sleeping on that park bench and wake up on the next day on Hyde Street. So he became a resident here. Mr. Altman encountered his first soul to deliver. That of a 10-year-old girl. Her name, unimportant. She wasn't the first child to be drawn to Hyde Street, not the last. She may have killed her pet cat, or maybe stole penny candy. Sometimes it doesn't take much. But she wasn't frightened of Mr. Altman, because she could tell it in his eyes. Having felt seen for the second time in his life, Mr. Altman refused to deliver the girl. The scorekeeper was none too pleased. I like it that, like I said, this is more like I'm coming back to that Twilight Zone-esque universe or place where some people end up on a place where they're not supposed to go. And most of these people are, not good people or has done terrible things or even small bad things, but they end up here on Hyde Street anyways. So the scorekeeper is now bringing Oscar Altman to his place. And we see all these monsters that are living on Hyde Street that are collecting souls for this man, for the scorekeeper. He says, what are you doing? The girl's soul was yours to deliver to me, yet you hesitated. No, not hesitated. Refuse me. I don't want to do this, he says. Your agent handled your contracts in the past, Mr. Altman, but you don't understand. But you understand them, don't you? Once signed, this cannot be broken. He says, who are you? What do you want? He says, that is not of your concern. The fact that I spared you, I give you an opportunity at a second chance if you deliver what I ask. And what he asks is 10,000 souls, and then he can go free. Not only free, he becomes a star. You know, he returns as a star, and he burns so bright. The world will celebrate your talent. You're worth it, aren't you? You deserve an encore. But then he rips it apart and says, no, I won't do this. I can't. You can, and you will, Mr. Altman. So he just beats the living crap out of this guy. And we see this new script. Hyde Street presents The Matinee Monster. Screenplay by the scorekeeper. Now look at this. I wonder what the scorekeeper actually is, right? He isn't just a man. He's way more. He says, you stupid, stupid man. And he rams these nails into his eyes. He says, no, not the eyes. It's all in my eyes. And he says, please, you signed a contract. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Enough words, Mr. Altman. Monsters don't need them. And he rips his tongue out while he's bashing nails into his head. By the way, the man hit by the lights, Mr. Mitchell, he wasn't there to steal your role. He was hired to be your stand-in. Oh, no. In a town of fleeting fame and forgotten faces, Hyde Street offered a permanent Oscar Altman never wanted. And then we go back to the now, because it was in the past, right? It was in the, 1949, right? And the Matinee Monster crashed the party of what's happened here in the last issue. Check it out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Would be nice if you would do that. I know a lot of people watch my videos not subscribing. If you like what you're seeing, I'm doing daily videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would help me a lot. Thank you so much. And he jumps away. And, this little guy says, no one around here likes you, Oscar. No one. And then he is going home. And this is what I meant, man. This particular part, this eerie place, this art here with the lightning in the background looks great. The veins on his arm, lots of, details here. He opens the door. So Mr. Oscar found himself worse off than the rest of the residents. It was his own fault for defying our captor. Mr. Altman used defying our captor. So I believe Mr. X was, the main guy, the narrative speaker of this whole book is saying this. Mr. Altman used to stay in his castle and keep to himself, but he'd been emerging, ruining deliveries more frequently as of late, for reasons unknown. And he has also a captive. And the captive says, let me out. We can perform a partnership, I promise you. He says, never. What can be said is on Hyde Street, sometimes the monsters aren't monsters at all. And sometimes they are worse than you could ever imagine. So this is the butcher of Hyde Street, imprisoned by the monster matinee, or the matinee monster. You can keep me here forever, Oscar, it says. Leads us to the next issue, and also the prankster, Pranky, you all right? That's what I'm calling. Let's find some book. It leads us to the next one. This is the cover, by the way, that I have. And it's the Malicious Manual of Monster Hunting and Mischief with the murderous Mr. Goodboy. I presume that's her, right? Nice. By Jeff Johns, Francis Portela. So Ivan Rice is not drawing it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this is a good series. And so if you want to know more about the Matinee Monster, you can pause the video here and reads what's in here and how he came to Hyde Street and that he signed a contract, for the scorekeeper. Leads us, we have also this. You can buy this glasses for $1. Pranky's Trick Gum. The Devour Diet Plan. Magic Protection Ring. Piranha People. And the monster-sized monster. If you fill in this, you can probably get it. Leads us to, like I said, to the next issue. More Ghost Machine stuff. Awesome. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Hope you like the video. Leave a like, leave a comment. See you next time. Bye bye.